Hello and welcome to my channel, Exceedingly Good Reviews. This is my thoughts on video, my thoughts on Friday Night SmackDown from October 23rd, 2020. The show opens with the Kevin Owens show. His guest is Daniel Bryan. They discuss the fact about what Daniel Bryan thinks should be occurring with the Intercontinental title. Kevin Owens reveals that he wants to team with Daniel Bryan. He thinks they could make an excellent tag team. Team Hell KO. Daniel Bryan obviously refers to, well, hang on, that would make you a tag team partner with Kane, not me. So I was thinking maybe it should be Team Yes KO. Laugh out loud, ha ha ha. But yeah, they're interrupted. Their little segment, the KO show, is interrupted by Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. They are then interrupted by the Street Profits. They're interrupted by Cesaro and Nakamura. A big brawl breaks out, blah, blah, blah. Adam Pearce comes out with some officials to break it all up. We get our first match of the night. It's an 8-man tag match. It's the Street Profits teaming with Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan against Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. 8-man tag match. Great match. Lots of action. Everyone gets a bit of offense in. Daniel Bryan looks like he's injured himself, injured his right knee at one point with a little flip over the top of Cesaro. Goes to the outside. Cesaro targets the left leg on the outside, but it's the right leg that was injured. Obviously, that's corrected when we go to a commercial break. When we're back after the commercial break, they're targeting the right leg, so the right leg of Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan eventually tags out. Everyone seems to get a bit of offense in. It seems to hit high impact moves, big moves and whatnot. KO hitting his stunner and whatnot. Ultimately, Montez Ford hits that absolutely phenomenal frog splash that he does. The altitude that he reaches, my lord, that guy must have go-go gadget legs, because geez Louise, I can't believe how high he gets. He hits one hell of a frog splash on Cesaro and pins him for the win. So the Street Profits, Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens have won the match. Go team, yes KO and Street Profits. That was your first match of the night. We then get our first bit of Lauren Otis segment. This was funny. I really enjoyed this. You've got JBL. He's the judge. Watching over proceedings here. We've got Farouk or Ron Simmons as the security with the APA, Acolyte Protection Agency t-shirt on. That was a nice little touch and everything. The Miz and Morrison end up firing their attorney. Otis is representing himself. It was quite. This is the court of the Thunderdome, apparently. Ooh, I'd like to see more of this. This was actually quite interesting. Quite a fun little gimmick thing that they've got. So we have our little opening segment for that. Second match of the night, it's Bianca Belair taking on Zelina Vega. Between the entrances of Bianca Belair and Zelina Vega, we get our little segment of Daniel Bryan interacting with Kevin Owens and the Street Profits. He's hyped because of back in action and whatnot. He asks the Street Profits to fist him. Oh my lord, does he not know what that means? Kevin Owens spits out his water. My god, they're all like congratulating each other, and they all go their separate ways. Sami Zayn comes in. He doesn't like that Daniel Bryan was talking about the Intercontinental title. Sami Zayn is the Intercontinental champion. He'll decide what's best for the title. He'll decide when to defend the title, whatnot. And that was that. Are we going to get a match between these two at Hell in a Cell? Please, I hope so. So back to the match. Zelina Vega comes out, makes her entrance, and we have Bianca Belair taking on Zelina Vega, our second match of the night. Relatively quick match. Zelina Vega gets a minimal amount of offense in. It's more just to showcase Bianca Belair, her strength, her agility, her power, and she shows it to great effect. I mean, gorilla pressing, Zelina Vega and whatnot, and yeah, Bianca Belair with the KOD and pins Vega for the win. Very impressive. Bianca Belair, great to see you in the ring. We then get our third match of the night. Is Shorty G. He's in the ring. He's going to be taking on Lars Sullivan. He's sick of being taken as a joke and everything. He wants to be shown more seriously. But yeah, here, minimal offense in for Shorty G. It's mainly about Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan absolutely steamrolls Shorty G here and brutalises him, pins him easy after the freak accident, pins him, wins the match. Good for you. After the match, Shorty G is interviewed and he says, I quit. He's quit. And he walks out, goes to an advert break. When we come back, Shorty G is getting treatment in the back. Adam Pearce approaches. He just wants to know, did I hear that correct? Do you quit? Shorty G is, yeah, I quit. I quit being Shorty G. He's not quit WWE like I anticipated. He quit being Shorty G. He's fed up of being taken like a joke. He's had it up to here, short joke, and whatnot. He wants to be taken more seriously. All the accolades, all the achievements that he's made, he's got a long list, a big one, a list of accolades apparently, and he's basically saying like, I want to be taken more seriously. I'm not going to be Shorty G no more. I'm going back to being Chad Gable. Thank God, finally, Chad Gable's back. I've been sick of this Shorty G gimmick. It's such a pathetic gimmick for such an accomplished and a wrestler with such ability that Chad Gable has to be burdened with this Shorty G gimmick. I'm glad it's dead and buried. It's over. Chad Gable is back, baby. So that'll be interesting to see. Bailey's in the ring. We hear Bailey's music. Bailey's already in the ring, cutting a promo about she's not going to be signing that contract. She's getting interviewed. Everyone wants to talk about Sasha Banks and the contract signing and everything. She's fed up with it. This brings out Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks coming out with the contract. She's going to make Bailey sign the contract. The two have a little bit of a physical altercation back and forth. Sasha Banks ultimately gets Bailey locked in a chair in a submission lock and makes Bailey sign the contract. So Bailey has signed the contract. I think Corey Graves mentions in his during his commentary about signing the contract under due arrest or something. So could that come into play at Hell in a Cell? Maybe, possibly. Who knows? But yeah, Bailey has, as of now, signed the contract, and it's going to be it's been made official. Bailey and Sasha Banks for the women's title at Hell in a Cell in a Hell in a Cell match. We then get our next Law and Otis segment. It's the final Law and Otis segment. Basically, it's cut into two halves because of the advert break, but. Yeah, Law and Otis. We get witness statements from John Morrison, from Tucker, Chucky, Oscar. We get a witness statement from Rey Mysterio and whatnot. All giving their little 2 cents into this case. Teddy Long is taking notes on the case. When Oscar finds this out, she's like, holla, holla, holla. No, but yeah, so yeah, they give all the witness statements and whatnot, and JBL is going to render his verdict. After the break, he's rendering his verdict. It seems like he's going to go in favour of Otis. However, The Miz presents another piece of evidence. It's a briefcase. He hands the briefcase over to JBL. JBL opens it. The ching sound goes off, making you assume it's a briefcase full of money. He then quickly changes his tone, his verdict, and he rules in favour of The Miz. But rather than giving the contract to The Miz, he just makes a match. It's going to be The Miz and Otis going one-on-one at Hell in a Cell with the Money in the Bank briefcase on the line. The winner of that match will be the owner of that contract, of that briefcase. Fourth match of the night, our final match of the night. Main event, only 4 matches on a 2-hour show, not bad. Seth Rollins, the Monday Night Messiah, now the SmackDown Savior, is he? Taking on his former disciple, Murphy. This was a great match. This was my belter of the night. This was a belter of a match. This was a great match. Murphy actually looked really impressive. He looks like he can hang with the main eventers. Seth Rollins is a main eventer. He's a top star in WWE. One of the top stars on SmackDown now. And Murphy was hanging with him blow for blow, shot for shot. There's a moment where he slams Seth Rollins onto the announce table, over the announce table and whatnot. Murphy seems to pick up an injury in his shoulder. Seems to injure his shoulder. Did he pop it out or whatnot? We don't know. We see him trying to pop it back in. Seth Rollins takes advantage of this. Murphy tries to battle back. Obviously, there's a moment when he tries to hit a power bomb, but his arm gives way. His shoulder gives way. He can't hit the power bomb. He drops Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins attempts to do a couple of curb stomps on Murphy. Murphy manages to avoid them. However, he does eventually get hit by a curb stomp, and Seth Rollins wins the match. We see that Aaliyah Mysterio is watching backstage. Rey Mysterio and Dominic are trying to get her away from it. She's like, no, I want to watch Murphy. We see that Seth Rollins gets a kendo stick. Aaliyah's begging to Rey and Dominic, go help him. Neither will, so she says, if you won't, I will. So Aaliyah goes out to the ring. Aaliyah gets into the ring to protect Murphy. This brings out Dominic, which chases off Seth momentarily, because Seth goes around the ring and then attacks Dominic from behind. Rey Mysterio comes out with a chair to make the save. Whilst Dom and Rey are arguing about Aaliyah being out there, they see that Aaliyah is tending to Murphy. We then get our final bit of the night, our final moment of the night. Roman Reigns is going to reveal what the consequences are for Jey Uso at Hell in a Cell. So Roman Reigns comes down with Paul Heyman. Before he can say anything, on the screen we see what we assume is Jey Uso in Roman Reigns' private locker room, private little room, conference room that he's got at the arena. He's eating his, well, he's not eating, but he's revealing, oh, this is your tribal cheese, this is your tribal fruit, and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, we assume this is Jey Uso, but when he reveals himself, he says, it's revealed that it's Jimmy Uso and that Jey Uso is behind Roman. Jey Uso is indeed behind Roman and attacks Roman Reigns, beating up Roman Reigns, hitting the Uso splash on Roman Reigns and whatnot. And Jey Uso goes off, music celebrating and whatnot. As he's going off up the ramp, Roman gets the microphone and reveals that the consequences are, you're out of the trial. If I lose, you get the Universal title. I lose the Universal title. I'm no longer the tribal chief and whatnot. But if you lose, you and your family, your brother, your wives, your children, your children's children, they will forever be out of the tribe. They will no longer be welcome. You will be excommunicated. You will no longer be a member of this tribe. Ooh, that is going to be fun to see what occurs, because let's just say it as it is. Roman's going to win at Hell in a Cell. Roman's retaining the Universal title. So what is going to occur with the Usos going on from Hell in a Cell? But yeah, they have a little stare down. The cell descends. Roman's in the ring. Jey Uso climbs up part of the cell, looking at, staring down at Roman. And that's how the show closes. Quite a fun show. Like I said, there's only 4 matches, which is quite easy to get through. 2-hour show. There's lots of build for Hell in a Cell. There was also some random moments, like the 8-man tag match at the beginning. And then that was quite nice, fudging that together. Hearing the tease of Kevin Owens teaming with Daniel Bryan. Yes, please, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Great to see Bianca Belair in action, finally in action in the ring, kicking ass and whatnot. Shorty G, finally that gimmick is done and buried. The Lauren Otis moments were really, really funny, and that set up for a match at Hell in a Cell. So all in all, it was a great show. My belt of the night was Seth Rollins against Murphy. That was a great match, a really fun match, well worth the watch. Like I said, Murphy really impressed me in the match. He really held his own against Seth Rollins. So, is this a star-making performance from Murphy? Who knows? Possibly, maybe. But yeah, so overall, I thought this was a great show. It was good build for Hell in a Cell. The segments, even though some of the matches were quick, and like I said, that opening match, the 8-man tag match, were just kind of like fudged together, let's just put these 8 individuals together, showcase our tag team division. Is that their tag team division now? Who knows? It looks like it. Yeah, it was a great show. It did what it needed to do, and yeah, it's quite fun to watch. So yeah, those are my thoughts on SmackDown. What are your thoughts on SmackDown? Let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more content, and yeah, just let me know what you think Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan's tag team should be called as well in the comments. That would be quite interesting to see. Like I said, I think it should be Yes KO, but who knows? What do you think they should be called? Let me know in the comments. I just want to say though, thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay classy.